So when I went over there and I saw the apartment, talked with neighbors, learned a few things. I also learned that on the day that the baby came up missing, that they were here at this store after late in the night, and that the baby was at home by itself. That's a serious issue. That the baby was not here with them late that night before they made the 911 call about the baby being abducted. More responsible parenting could have easily prevented this.
So I needed to just interject here to make sure that it's very clear people understand what's going on. Quanell X goes to the neighbors, talks to them. They state that this boyfriend and the mother, late night, the night before Maliyah goes missing, they're at the store and the child's not there. And supposedly the child's left at home alone. That's a huge red flag. Okay, the night before this child goes missing, the child's not seen, but the parents are out. I mean, from all the clips that we've seen with the boyfriend, which, by the way, if you haven't seen that video, link will be down below, the full explanation of the story, if you missed it. He's going through this whole thing of ABCs, 1, 2, 3s. We have this routine every day. She loves me. She's here for me. All this stuff. She knows how to find her way home. We're prepared. We're always prepared for this. For all that talk, allegedly, according to the neighbors, the previous night, the night before she goes missing, you guys are at a store and the child's alone at home. Why? Why do both parents need to be out? You could have had one at home. Is that a normal thing? Is that routine? Now, Quanell X did speak to the mother and the boyfriend, and here's the account that they told him.
Brought the baby out here to play and went back in the apartment and shut the door for 5 minutes. They admit they realize this is a very, very high crime area. It doesn't make any sense that if you know this is an extremely high crime area, why would you bring your 2-year-old baby to a playground, go back in the house and shut the door behind you? That makes no sense. That is negligence as a parent, especially in a high crime area. But the bottom line is this case needs further in-depth investigation, because we both know that baby didn't die of natural causes. We both know that baby didn't die of natural causes.
Too fishy, because they keep switching stories. Come correct. Tell us what y'all did to this little girl. Because this, you know what this sound like? Maliyah Davis. Last year, y'all remember, huh? Her smile is big. She beautiful. She a happy baby. These people, if they didn't want that baby, call the daddy in Dallas, come get your child. Take it to the fire station.
So before we get started, I want to say thank you to Turquoise and Lady for the donations earlier today in the super chat for the video. Thank you, because that video was demonetized, and so will probably this one. And what I wanted to do is react to another clip related to the story with another resident out there. Tiffany sent me this, and I also have a brief story that I'm going to share with you guys from Hollywood, Florida, which is kind of interesting and give some afterthoughts, because this reminds me and makes me think of Leela with the son Camden situation, also related to this story with Maliyah, because there's people out there hunting for kids, and you can't do things like this, leaving these kids out by themselves. And with the situation with Maliyah, you know, yeah, they were irresponsible. Are they involved or not? I don't know. We're gonna have to see. So this is one of the residents that goes off. We saw her in the first video that I made too. Tiffany sent me this longer version, so let's check it out, what she has to say. I think she actually engaged with Quanell X.
Your reaction when you saw Quanell X here?
When I seen Quanell X here, I ain't gonna lie, I was somewhat excited because I'm trying to practice activism.
When I first heard this, because I listened to a part of this, I thought she said exorcism. I was like, what? But I think she actually said activism. I was gonna say, oh Lord, Shannon's people.
So I that's somebody that I would look up to. But when I was trying to listen to what he was saying, he was a little aggressive with me. You know what I mean? He got to just listen. No, first of all, if you want aggression with anybody, it needs to be the parents inside that house that were not watching that baby. It should not be anybody in this community that was out here looking for that child. And the thing with Quanell X is the same thing when Maliyah Davis came about as a black activist. There should have been more done in the Maliyah Davis. This is an emotional situation for everybody in America right now because this little girl's name was Maliyah. This is another one. This is a wake-up call that we have to protect our babies. Whether it's from their own parents or anybody else, we have to protect these kids. And when he came here, I was trying to listen to what he had to say. But the aggressiveness, it really ticked me off. When Maliyah Davis, her mom is still free right now, and she knew what happened with her baby girl. So regardless of if they did it or they didn't do it, that aggressiveness that you hold in your heart that you want to come out here being aggressive with, it needs to be to the parents that had...
I wonder, like, it's probably what he's like in person. Like, he seems to be able to get information from people. Maybe he's like very like pushy. I mean, I don't know if that's how he extracts. Maybe he pressures people. Maybe he's probably very to the point.
That made this situation happen. Not to everybody out here, because everybody in this community was out here faithfully looking for this baby. That pool right there is drained completely out because EquiSearch came looking for this baby. The way she was found, things are just not adding up. We just want justice for this baby. We want her soul to rest in peace. Her soul will not be able to rest in peace. And I feel that in my heart. Until somebody comes forward and they say what happened to this baby. It doesn't matter if it was a family, a friend, a relative, or somebody that was just... But that's the thing. Don't have everybody in this apartment complex and thinking that it's a pedophile or something like that. You know what I mean? When y'all are the main suspects. Their stories, we sat here and watched their stories change up multiple times while the detective was here. Even the detective got tired of their BS. Because he even was saying himself, something's not right, something is not adding up. But I feel like a part of the force, HPD, police department, FBI, whatever it is, don't give them a chance. Once they gave a description, this little girl was found with no clothes on. Okay? So once they gave her a description of what this little girl had on, anybody could have went back and removed this little girl's clothes. That's what we're upset about. Because the things that they were saying are not, it's just not adding up. It's not adding up, and it's wrong to bring them back here today. Because at the end of the day, why you want to come back now? Why you want to come back now when we was out here searching for your baby in the rain? Y'all wasn't trying to be here.
And I did read that supposedly, I mean, I don't know all the details, but that like these people were out there searching. The mother was just, I don't know, in the front of her apartment or at the front step while they were out searching.
So why are y'all here now? What evidence could Quanell X possibly be looking for at this park right here? Because there's all these people, all these windows, no way. I don't even know if you're paying attention right now, but man, there's kids outside right now. So with that being said, if somebody was to do something to a child at this park, somebody would have seen something. We've knocked on every single door in this complex.
As far as what she's describing, that somebody should have or had to have had seen something, it's possible, but that might violate no snitching, right? The hood rules. I say that with a bit of sarcasm. But the other thing too is that maybe the child was never there outside in the first place to play outside. Maybe we're not getting the real story of what happened. You know, Quanell X being out there, he's a very controversial figure and stuff like that. But sometimes it's good to maybe have somebody out there like that to extract information, because people don't trust. You know, there's a big distrust with law enforcement, and at the same time, neighbors walking around and knocking on doors. Somebody that saw something might not be comfortable telling a neighbor. They might be comfortable telling somebody like a third party. Now with this final story, which is pretty brief because there's really not much information at all, there was these two women that were arrested, one from Hollywood, Florida, and the other one from Coral Springs here in South Florida. Now the 21-year-old Kiara Nunez, she's from Hollywood. The other one, a 19-year-old Alexandria Ramirez from Coral Springs. They were arrested in relation to trafficking minors. You can look at various stories like Leila Cavett, Cupcake, or even this story, Maliyah. Now with Leila and Camden that was found in Miramar, apparently allegedly dropped off there, he is very lucky to have been found and be alive. There's people out there hunting and looking for children. These two women, who knows, they're probably just recruits. A lot of times they get women. If you watch the Jeffrey Epstein documentary on Netflix, he got a lot of these women to start recruiting for him. A lot of them even underage started recruiting other girls just for the cash. Well, you guys comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think that the mother and the boyfriend had something to do with this? Or are they just negligent parents and maybe somebody in the neighborhood snatched this child up? You know, you could think about Cupcake or Dulce, and I mean, the list just goes on and on. But anyway, make sure you subscribe, turn on the bell notifications. Thank you for the new channel members, and hit the like button, share, all that good stuff. Peace.